If the Texans trade Jadeveon Clowney, like you said earlier, they're going to sorely miss him. He's not as replaceable as everybody thinks he is. I keep hearing this like, oh, you can replace his production. No, you can't, man. No, you can't.
Not anything this year at the very least.
No, not with Whitney Merciless. Everybody's like, God, Whitney Merciless, he can replace the production. No, he's not going to be able to. Whitney Merciless was good against bad teams for a half a year. And everybody wants to talk about like he's just a small drop off from Jadeveon Clowney. No, that is a cliff.
Small drop off. That's different because Clowney you can line up on the middle and he just generates a kind of power right off the line of scrimmage that you just can't find across the league. Like, that's what sets Clowney apart. Merciless does have some ability, and they were putting him in bad spots last season. And if you were to ask him, he would admit that they're putting him in all sorts of different spots. Does sound like they're going to continue to put him all over the place, though, based off of some commentary from some of the coaches. I think I saw a couple of tweets of transcripts and such that were put out there, and I think some of them had to do with them moving Whitney Merciless all over the place. But yeah, then you got Brennan Scarlett. I like Brennan Scarlett too, but I mean, yeah, you're not replacing that kind of production. You're not replacing that kind of, hey, I need to double team this guy. Hey, I need to focus a lot of my attention on this guy that you will get with Jadeveon Clowney. So for secondary, that's best cornerback is 35 fucking years old. For a second, and I like Jonathan Joseph a lot, but he is 35 years old. Bradley Roby, who again was a former first-round pick that the Denver Broncos just were like, all right, toodaloo. Aaron Colvin, who stinks. And then on top of that, Lonnie Johnson, who did not have the best of first preseason games against a bunch of scrub wide receivers for the Green Bay Packers that are all fighting for roster spots.
All that we said about Clowney. Clowney's not easily replaceable. He's incredibly talented. He's a disruptor. The dude is insane. I love having him on this team. All that said, in my opinion, if they can get an extremely talented tackler or cornerback, or even just an above-average tackler or cornerback, and a valuable pick for Clowney, then I'm all for it. Because offense and being able to stop offense with a shutdown corner is king in this league. But if you can't get that, that's the value for Clowney. If you can't get that, which they won't,
the names being tossed around, Trent Williams, who the Redskins are not going to trade, per Adam Schefter. I trust Adam Schefter, not Jason LaCanfora, who said that the Redskins are trying to trade Trent Williams. That's the only tackle that you trade Clowney for. And then at cornerback, I heard Jimmy Smith's name has been mentioned with the Baltimore Ravens.
I've heard Jimmy
He's 31. That's a short-term kind of trade. If you're giving up Jadeveon Clowney, what are you really getting by trading for Jimmy Smith? 31 years old, has been a good player, has also had injuries. So that's one of those ones where I'm a little bit hesitant too. But I understand your sentiment. And I mean, I feel the same way about bringing in somebody like that because the immediacy of where you are right now, where you have for the Texans this season, a couple of guys coming off the books that maybe you don't bring back. Will Fuller, DJ Reader, Whitney Merciless coming up this offseason. And on top of that, you never know how long a guy like J.J. Watt's going to be the same player. If Jonathan Joseph can even give you anything this year, let alone how much longer he plays.
How much do you think he has? Like, legitimately, like how much do you think he has to give this defense, Jonathan Joseph, at his age?
I mean, to quote Catwoman talking to Batman at the end of The Dark Knight Rises, you've given them everything. You should just walk away. But I don't know how much left he has because he is somewhat like Batman towards the end before he got that weird thing that he put on his knee, and that was when he first came back out of retirement. He gets that thing from Alfred where his like knee all of a sudden starts working again. All it took was just putting like a fucking knee brace on, and he goes from limping to just walking around normally. No big deal.